Hi everybody, welcome back. We are here, we're ready with more competitive knots just to entertain y'all. So, no, Oz, what are we looking at?
We're looking at our round of 32 game being played on Ogyeon. Getting straight into the picks on this match, we have Team ShadowTornado versus Team Nautworthy. Running on ShadowTornado, we have the Genji, Ayla, and Skoldir comp. Very interesting comp. I haven't seen these three characters played together in a while. And on Nautworthy, we're going to be seeing a Scree, Clunk, and Swiggins. The Clunk and Swiggins, absolutely deadly. This is on Ogyeon. Toss in a Scree who can easily get those totem blocks on the jump pad and drop down and land that saw. That's a lot of damage coming from that one section. That being said, I think we're ready to just get straight to the action on this one.
Well, you know what? I don't like waiting either. So in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go. Alright, and we're dropping and we are ready to go and looking at the rollouts here. We're gonna see already, like, I'm gonna point out that they have two good Invis characters on Nautworthy, and on ShadowTornado, I only see one, like, really effective.
And I do want to point out, very interesting, we're seeing a few piggies come out. Scree going straight for 2 stages of AA. It's gonna be a lot of damage coming out on his end very early on, and the Skoldir going straight into the...
Oh, wow.
Heal punch. Skoldir's taking a lot of damage right now, and you know, have we seen the
Ayla's pretty waiting for the piggy to yeah, that's what's going on. She's piggying so she can get boots, and she just waited with the abilities, tricking us. Oh, well, the throw.
A lot of damage coming out. Danimal's gonna be forced to go down into that bomb section, chased by Ayla, but thwarted off by the Swiggins hammer. Nice save coming out on both team ends.
I'm kind of wondering if we're going to see Ayla build into Evil and slow, just to keep people trapped after the Skoldir throw.
I think attack speed, or, well, rather movement speed, that gumball.
The rubber
band ball. I keep confusing gumball and rubber band ball, but that rubber band ball is going to be really devastating. You have very slow knots like Clunk, and actually a nice little engagement coming out right now, and the explode is going to hit on the Ayla.
Oh, that's really dangerous. I mean, when they get more burst damage, that's gonna hurt.
Definitely, but then again, you have that Genji and you have that Clunk for the displacement. You know,
I think you mean Skoldir here.
Skoldir. I'm confusing my knots today. Excuse me.
When Clunk gets the throw, let me know, because I can change my mains.
It's just one of those days, okay? It's one of those days. But you know, as I said before, the displacement coming out from Skoldir and Genji is very powerful. That Clunk can easily start his explode and get thrown away by that Skoldir. Easily start the explode, get cocooned, take the damage for his explode, and not deal any more damage.
Oh yeah, that's mean. And that's, I mean, what Genji does is basically...
Looks like Genji's going to be in a little bit of a deep end here.
No, he's gonna make it. He's a Genji. He knows how to cat around. It's fine. Oh, the Swiggins is looking for it.
He's just gonna have Invis, and for those of you who don't know, Invis spawns every minute on this map and takes the quick pick and goes for the Skoldir. Skoldir's gonna be taking a lot of damage. So is that Swiggins. Swiggins is gonna be forced back, and Clunk is now in for the exchange. But it seems like Genji's gonna stay on this top lane down there, and Ayla kind of hiding in the jungle down there, waiting to see what can come of it.
Well, yeah, that's you mentioned what was it? You're talking about, god damn it.
And a lot of damage coming out right now, and the explode's actually going to hit on that Skoldir, but Skoldir is going to be able to sustain himself with the early double heal punch.
Yeah, that's actually something I find rather peculiar, because he doesn't have Earthquake, he doesn't have that DOT, and believe it or not, that actually adds quite some damage when you're fighting.
Definitely. Quake, you know, you have that DOT damage coming out. It kind of forces people to rethink engagements because they're going to be taking DOT damage. And the actual Clunk is going to be able to hit his explode, forcing Genji to go back.
Very nice time there. That's something something I don't see as... It's like something solo queuers could learn. For, like, this is... Oh, whoa.
And the explode's going to come out again, just narrowly missing the Skoldir. Skoldir is not going to be taking any damage from that, though. But continue with what you were saying about the...
Yes, we are about to educate the whole of solo queuing, because when you explode, you must wait with the bite. It's so important. If you wait with the bite and time it when you're about to detonate, you're going to get a guaranteed burst in, and you're going to get your health instantly. and you're gonna be so much safer if you can time those things up. Don't go in for the bite and then explode. Go see if you can hit them at the same time.
And we see right there, we see that totem going up on that jump pad to block it off. It does block full movement, and the explode's actually going to come out. The bite's going to come out. Scoldier's taking a lot of damage. Scoldier's going to be forced to go back. Genji and Ayla fighting it out with the Swiggins. But the
has
Swiggins
invis now.
Easily take on both of them. He does get invis. And
he's looking to get the Genji there. If Clunk's explode can just hit. No! Oh, he's in a bad spot right now, but they're super low. If Ayla can go in and get that evil eye in, I think they might actually be looking at a kill.
No, they're going to be playing it safe. ShadowTornado is going to be playing very safe at this point. They know that the Clunk and Swiggins combination together is very powerful, and they kind of need to avoid that for a little bit. And the throw may be coming out. The throw's going to come out, but throws him right into the jumper. He's going to be able to escape unscathed.
No cocoon on Genji it has me wondering, especially versus a Clunk.
Yeah, you know, we've seen a few different Genji AA builds, but you know, this Storm Drum build coming out so early, I would have liked to see Cocoon come out as opposed to that. And it looks like Swiggins is going to battle it out with him. The Scoldier is going to be taking a lot of damage right now. He is in a 3v1 situation. He is going to go down to the Scree. Scree is going to be able to pick up the first blood of the match coming in at the 5.5-minute mark.
Something I'm noticing here is that Scree is just rushing his AA. Do you think that might be a theme they're going? Because I'm seeing
the nice explode coming out is actually going to pick up the Genji and force Ayla back. This is a 1v3 situation coming out, and it looks like that top turret is going to get...
Oh, that's dangerous, that right there.
A lot of damage.
Whoa. See, they all have, like, a really... All of Nautworthy have great AAs on their sides. So I'm thinking that might be a possibility that they could go for sort of the AA DPS burst down rather than the high damage burst.
It's dependent on a nice totem coming out, not allowing the escape on that bottom there. But as you were saying before, we're seeing a lot of AA rushes on this Scree, and that's the way you gotta play Scree. Point and click.
I thought that was Raylan.
Point and click on Raylan, Scree, and a few other characters at this point.
Point and click adventures. This is not a MOBA, this is an adventure game. It's fine. No, but I really think that because he got AA before he even got abilities.
And here we go. Scolier's in a bad position here. He's going to get picked up by the Swiggins, as that is going to be the third kill down within, I would say, 2 minutes now. We're at the 7-minute mark, and that's another 2 kills coming out.
They're really proving to be worthy. Actually, they got all the kills. And they actually have the move up, the lanes moved up. Sorry. But something I'm kind of afraid of is that the Scoldier is going to be able to get the throws on Dynamo, and he's going to be just a sitting duck.
Well, you know, I hope to see that at some point, because I think ShadowTornado needs those throws into the turrets, but there's so much safety coming out on Nautworthy. You have that Swiggins who can easily anchor someone down if they're in the chase. You have that kind of Scree totem that can easily allow for a lane closure and the escape. You know, a lot of times we see Scree on bottom lane, who's and a huge explode coming out right now. That's going to be able to throw their Ayla off, and the totem is going to block the escape on the Scoldier, but Scolier's going to be able to escape. But as I was saying before, you have that Scree where he can kind of get into those jungle areas, especially on that bottom jungle. If you lure someone down there, drop your totem halfway through the jungle while they're chasing you, that's an easy escape.
Pushing them back up. Oh, the Clunk's just waiting up there to just get that thing. And
it looks like Genji's going to be in the deep end here, but is actually going to be able to pick up all the health. And Ayla is now going to be on the
Ayla's going to be able to... I actually got the nice explode up there, knowing that everything was lost and he might as well get some damage out.
You know, we're now seeing Stun Punch come out on Scoldier, which is, I believe, a very viable option here. And that is a very bad position for them to be in. But the Swiggins shortly realizes that and is able to escape. The Invis is now up. Let's see who gets it.
Are we gonna? Oh, I was about to hope for the Assassin Genji, my favorite kind of Genji.
Assassin Genji.
Yeah, you just go in this and then you hit them really hard with that AA.
And calling for the help right now. This
is
going to be a body block on it, and that's going to take a lot of damage.
Come on, you know he's there. You know he's there. Yes, and that's the throw, and that's going to be a nice throw into eye, and you get the cocoon on Dynamo as well.
And that is how you work in Viz.
Oh damn yes. That's great. And
pull it out on bottom. You see him out of position. Get that invis off. Get the evil eye to start the engagement. Have that Genji there, and you're able to body block that Swiggins on both ends for a few seconds, allowing for a lot of damage. And it forces Nautworthy to kind of come out
Cocoon
right.
again. See, he can do this. The throw is already all right. If he one evil eye and he's down, punches are fine too. You know what? That's fine. Look at these guys. They're doing the comeback. They are not having any of it.
Exactly, and we're fastly approaching the mid-game in about 10 seconds, and we see that kills have kind of evened out, and there is very minimal solar difference, if any.
Yeah, that's. I mean, look at that. If they get the combo off, they know that. If they can get the combo off, that's a guaranteed kill.
And there we go with the throw again. He's going to be able to escape, though, as the totem blocks all three. And then we see the Swiggins coming in for the escape. The Ayla just narrowly missing the evil eye.
Oh, and that actually is Scoldier going down.
The screen
It's a
escape.
very nice.
Screen it out, and this is going to be a lot of damage coming out. A lot of damage being dealt by both teams.
Oh, this is dangerous, Ayla. Come on, if you get the evil eye, that's a kill. But if Swiggins hook you in, that's gonna be death. Oh, and that's hook out. That should be the green light to just go in. You have the Genji. You can fight the Clunk off. Come on, I want to see you guys move in.
You know, now we see Team ShadowTornado getting those lanes cleared, but that bottom lane is going to be able to poke at that turret a little bit more. It is just below half health now. They need to be very careful of that, because one push can kind of take that turret out. Game's going to be in a little bit of a bad situation right here. A lot of damage being dealt up top, and the totem is going to actually block him again. But, you know, one thing that I really do want to point out here is how well Nautworthy is counteracting these displacements. You know, they notice that one of their teammates is going to be in some deep trouble. They immediately get to that area. They can have that totem drop. They can have that kind of block from Clunk to tank it. Then on the other hand, on ShadowTornado, we're seeing these displacements come out in amazing times. That Clunk getting kind of countered by that Genji. The second he goes for the explode, the Genji knows how to time it. He's timed it a few times now, and the explode actually is not going to hit up top. And Ayla is going to be on the hunt again, hunting down that Clunk.
Now with the size upgrade, that's going to be a whole lot. As we all know, damage on Ayla stacks. The more targets you are hitting, the more damage you will do. And that is up to, I believe, maximum of 6 targets.
Definitely.
That's 15%. Yeah, 15% per target, and that's gonna just be able to melt.
That's if we stay together. And a nice totem coming out is gonna secure.
No, it's not, because he has pills.
Area.
He has pills. He has heal punch. He is not dying. Dying is not part of his agenda.
But that Ayla is.
Yeah, well, she has like no HP. She's Ayla. She's cute. She's squishy.
Ayla, as we now call her.
Well, I see no AA on Ayla.
She's base Ayla. Base Ayla god. Oh, and it looks like a little bit of a lag is coming out on top there, as Clunk is going to just hit his
watch out, watch out.
And a nice pickup coming out from the Swiggins.
I think Genji is playing he's playing high roll right now, because that is dangerous to go in versus Swigs there.
Exactly. That is going to be the second turret down in favor of Nautworthy. And they're going to continue to push up top here, it seems. But this Ayla is going to come in there and quickly stop it and get back to defending her turrets.
You just had a Bane moment. You sounded just like Bane.
You think the Ayla can save you?
Oh, so you think the Invis is your friend? Show me on the other.
Will endure.
Oh my god, you're great.
But a lot of damage coming out right now, and that blessing is going to prevent a lot of it from hitting, but the explode is actually going to hit that Ayla, forcing her to kind of get back and retreat a little bit, grab some health. Same thing with Genji and the actual entirety of ShadowTornado.
Oh yeah. Something a bit peculiar, I guess, is that I'm expecting to see Scoldier build for maybe Snare or something to keep them in place after they were thrown, but he's actually building for the full sustain. Well, except
the
for
full
regen.
9 yards. He's going for the end game.
Mm-hmm.
The survivability, 3 pills and barrier magazine.
He wants to win like head first and come out with more than his half of his HP back. Just look at that.
There. The Explode is actually not going to hit anybody, but this Genji is getting dangerously low here. And the Scoldier,
Scoldier is just going for it.
Scoldier is just in the fray, and he's still got half health after proceeding all the way into Nautworthy's creep zone.
Yeah, and he's just going to be, like, tearing down that turret.
But it is going to survive, actually, but it's not on map anymore.
It's going to go and, like, it's going to go down.
You can sneeze on it, and it'll go down.
I think sneezing on it would be overkill.
And we see this kind of engagement going on here, where both teams have kind of gotten into the groove of things. You know, we see the counter pushes coming out from ShadowTornado, but Nautworthy just has this overwhelming presence in that mid section.
Oh, boom.
And the Explode's going to come out again. The Explode is actually going to be able to pick up the Scoldier. Scoldier's going to go down to Clunk, and ShadowTornado, having the Genji 2 bars, is playing very risky at this point, pushing into that. He should actually just teleport back instead of trying to stay on lane.
Lifesteal on the Cocoon, maybe.
Yeah, Lifesteal on Cocoon would absolutely be great. But we saw it right there, and that is going to be a kill. He should have gotten back a long time ago and just healed up and gotten back on lane. You had that Ayla on the top lane. There wasn't really a push on bottom lane. Those are one of those situations where in a 1v3, or a 2v3, excuse me, you can teleport back, get some health for yourself, and be able... And the Ayla is actually going to be caught out here by the totem and picked up by the...
That was a great totem. You know what they did? It actually pushed her all the way up to the point where you can't drop down. It was like near a perfect turret totem there. That's textbook stuff right there. Good job.
Absolutely. You know, one thing, the Ayla kind of jumped out at the wrong moment and got caught out by that totem. Excellent totem placement, don't get me wrong, but unfortunately the Ayla did get caught out by it.
And yeah, you know, but still, I mean, having to react to that and actually make sure you place it right, because if that was a wrong placed totem, he could have ended up placing it maybe, you know, well, not as good a situation. I mean, he could have placed it where Ayla essentially could have gone out and gone all ham on him.
And we see the kind of counter push coming out here, and it looks like the Swiggins is going to hunt down the Genji. Genji is going to go down. The Explode's going to come off. Nothing's going to happen from it. And the hook
does not connect, no. And that is going to have Scoldier to live to die another day.
Ayla's going to be taking a lot of poke damage for that Swiggins. This Swiggins just swinging his anchor, tearing apart that Ayla. And here we see it right now. That Clunk should be in there with an Explode if he did have it. It doesn't look like he did have the Explode, though, but that would have been able to secure a kill.
Oh, yeah. So, right now, I think we mentioned this earlier on, but looking for the hefty AA, that's definitely happening. We're seeing attack speed, we're seeing...
And here we go again with the totem blocking him from escaping again. Ayla's going to be one hit, and the Scoldier needs to land that throw. He does land the throw, and that is going to be a kill in favor of ShadowTornado. That was...
Now they need to really, you know, Scoldier can just go out. He should just go out. He can do it. He can easily soak up the damage. He has shield, he has HP. It's... I mean... The throw should just be ready, and it should be happening.
Well, he is going out, and he is getting torn apart by that Swiggins.
Oh, the Invis Clunk not quite predicting... you know, right there, I think some coordination would have been in place.
It looks like Scoldier's in a really bad position right now. He is going to go down to Danimal. Danimal's going to take him down. Unfortunately, Genji is unable to save him, but Genji will be able to take down the turret in the meantime.
Well, that's another way of actually making sure your teammates don't die for nothing, is if you can get a push going, or if you can deny a big push and something like that. If you know it's all over, you just go ahead and make sure...
a lot of damage.
You should make sure you distract the other team so you can get whatever is important in the big picture done.
Absolutely. Being a distraction is probably one of the best things that you can do, especially with... Oh, and there's a lot of damage coming down. Genji's going to be escaping with 1 bar, but we just see Pool Boy, attack speed, damage coming out on the Swiggins. That's... He's got such a quick burst.
Oh, the totem! Look at that. Oh, we're seeing some nice totem today. I dig this.
I'm definitely liking the totem. That is going to be another kill in favor of ShadowTornado.
Alright, is the throw ready, though? Is the throw ready? I want to see the throw.
They should be pushing this.
Come on.
The throw's going to come out, but he is going to get a double kill off the Explode and force the Genji back. That is how you play Clunk.
Oh, I did not expect them to actually come out on that on top. Oh man, that means that Nautworthy can actually keep the push up and keep their man presence, because Genji's low HP is not going to allow him to actually go out, because Swiggins is just waiting for that. Can he get it? The pull by? No! Oh!
Unfortunately, he doesn't get it. But, you know, that, I just want to commend that Clunk. That is the exact way you play Clunk. In a situation like that, 3v3, you may be going down, you may have low health, but if you can get that explode off and deal 2,000 damage to two people, even 3,000 if you hit all three, that's an immense amount of damage that you're dealing. You're basically thwarting off the enemy team.
And yeah, yes, there's nothing more to be said about that. That's just, it's such a good way of doing things. I mean, if you can actually, you have to make sure you don't do the awkward thing where you go in and you're like, ah, I'm dying, and then you just like explode out of nowhere, and your team goes, what did you just do? But
yeah.
when you know when, it's an absolutely brilliant strategy to make sure you don't die for nothing.
And the explode coming up is actually not going to hit anybody, as he's hit with an evil eye and slow, not allowing him up. But the Scoldier is in a 2v1 situation right now. But the entirety of ShadowTornado is going to be there to kind of save him. But unfortunately, he does go down, and now we see Ayla on the hunt. The explode coming out narrowly missing, and that's what I was speaking about earlier. The safety, the kind of cushion that Nautworthy has on each of its members. You can save each other.
That's better than my blanket attempt, but never mind that. You know, something I'm not sure this is intentional, but nonetheless it's working out great for Nautworthy, because they know that Scoldier, the big tanky clunky,
A lot of damage coming out. Ayla's going to pick him up, but the Explode's going to pick up the Ayla in exchange. It's going to be a 1-for-1.
Yep, but I'm saying, Scoldier is trying to tank all this damage, but the problem is there is not a whole lot of burst. The majority of damage comes out of DPS, and shield is not as effective against DPS as it is versus high burst.
Yeah, but I mean, in a situation like this, where you have these kind of very tanky characters, and then you have a Scree, I think that he made the right decision and went with the sustain. You know, we always say, always go for damage. You know, you always need to out DPS your opponents. But in a situation like this, it looks like that's going to be the second turret coming down, but the Scoldier is going to go down.
Oh, but it did happen! I was about to say to jump, because that would have been amazing, but they actually didn't, and they get the kill. Yes!
And that's going to be a double kill coming out in favor of Nautworthy. Nautworthy is going to push this last turret, and Scree by himself and his totem is going to take that turret down.
That looks like an awful lot like the totem did the damage.
It's going to be 3 turrets down, and Nautworthy pushing the core. Ayla taking a lot of damage, and Ayla's actually just narrowly going to escape with her life there. But what can she do against this?
Nothing.
She has to combat a totem, an AA Clunk who has 1,000 explode, and then a Swiggins on top of that. And that is going to be a good game.
Man.
Nautworthy.
You know, that's really just, you know, one of those situations. You're there, the entire enemy team, your teammates are dropping, the panic in team chat is just off the roof, and you know there's nothing you could do.
Well, even at that point, you know, that Ayla is a great kind of area character, but you can't do anything against that. You have a Scree, you have a Clunk, you have a Swiggins, versus a single Ayla with half health? No. There's nothing you can do about it.
Had max HP, I think that could have been the wipe that ShadowTornado was looking for and needed. That's... Well, I think that could really have done it.
I'm not entirely sure, even with max HP, because you have that Swiggins there with Pool Boy.
Well, you gotta take into account that Ayla has shield on base now.
This is true, but Pool Boy can snare her down with the anchor, and then toss in a Clunk.
I just want them to have a chance. I really do.
No, believe me, I did too. But you know, an Ayla fighting that composition is very difficult unless you're on the hunt for them. Unless you're chasing them down, you know, I don't think it's feasible to say that you'll be able to get a team wipe with half health as an Ayla.
Well, I think PyScriptor did a good job at least trying to keep themselves alive.
No, absolutely. The Ayla was very smart, played very smart when she needed to be, was on the hunt when she needed to be, and I do want to commend ShadowTornado. They knew when they could pick up kills. Unfortunately, on the other hand, Nautworthy was able to just kind of separate them. And sometimes it was due to that Scoldier kind of overextending, and I think that may have been due to his HP bar, where he kind of said, okay, I think I can do it, and then realized halfway through.
I am huge.
Exactly. But he realized halfway through his engagement, oh. Well.
Oh. Turns out, not that huge. Anyway, I think we're gonna take a not so huge break, and we'll be right back.